the things at the FBI, Wolf, but we are going to get a copy within moments, I'm told, of a copy of a letter the president sent to him that we believe was hand-delivered this afternoon to the FBI. We'll try and get that to you and get back to you shortly, Wolf.
Stand by for a moment. Evan Perez is with us as well. Evan, you cover the FBI for us. You cover the Justice Department. This is a shock.
It certainly is, Wolf, because essentially the fact that he is leading this investigation into Trump-Russia connections, it was seen that he was frankly untouchable. It is when he made that announcement in March at a hearing here in Capitol Hill, where he announced that there was this ongoing investigation, not only looking at the broader Trump-Russia issue, but also looking into whether or not there was coordination between people associated with the campaign and the Russian government. It really cemented the issue that this was something that made him untouchable, at least until this investigation was over. Now, there's a lot of criticism into how he has handled some of the disclosures, not only during the Clinton email investigation last year, whether he should have revealed as much as he did. There's been a lot of criticism, but he seemed untouchable until now.
In the statement that we got from the White House, the president acted based on the clear recommendation of both the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and the Attorney General Jeff Sessions. But Jeff Sessions had recused himself from any involvement in the Russia investigation. And Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, who's confirmed overwhelmingly he's in charge.
Right, exactly. And we don't know exactly what occurred here. We know that that Comey certainly was under a lot of criticism for the way he handled the testimony last week, in which he misstated exactly what had happened with Huma Abedin's emails. Today he issued a correction of that testimony with a letter to members of Congress, but certainly we don't know. Rod Rosenstein just started overseeing this investigation just now, less than a week.
Right.
And for now him to play a role in getting rid of James Comey, there's got to be a lot more to
hold on one moment. Jeff Zeleny, I understand you have the letter?
Indeed, Wolf. We have the pretty brief letter from the president sent this afternoon over to the FBI. Let me read just a couple very interesting portions of this letter. It says, I have accepted the recommendations that you are hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately. He's talking about the recommendations from his own Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General. But Wolf, listen to this second paragraph of the letter. It says, while I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation, I nevertheless, with the judgment of the Department of Justice, that you are not able to effectively lead the Bureau. It is essential that we find new leadership of the FBI that restores public trust and confidence in its vital law enforcement mission. Wolf, again, let me underscore the fact that the President of the United States, in a letter dismissing the FBI director, he thanked him for saying on 3 separate times that I am not personally under investigation, and then said that he has lost the trust and confidence here in the FBI director. Wolf, that's a very extraordinary circumstance, comment to have in that letter there. But look, in reality here is someone that Donald Trump, President Trump nominated the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. He is recommending the firing of the FBI director. So it's very much an inside job, if you will, here. The FBI director does serve at the pleasure of the president, of course, but the terms are staggered over multiple administrations for 10 years to avoid any direct type of a politics here. As we see all this unfold, we will, of course, be sort of dissecting this more, but key that President Trump mentioned in this letter that James Comey said that the president was not directly the target of this investigation.
But Pamela Brown, the FBI director, did confirm since July there was a criminal investigation. The FBI was engaged in a criminal investigation of allegations that there were improper connections between Trump associates and Russia. That investigation, as far as we know, continues right now. But there's going to be a new director of the FBI.
It absolutely continues. In fact, we have reporting, my colleague Evan Perez and I have reporting that they're starting to take steps in the investigation, issue subpoenas. And so it's remarkable that the head of the FBI has now been fired, the person really overseeing this investigation, who came out publicly and stated to Congress that this is ongoing. And we thought at the time that this would be job security for him to come out and say he is, stating he's overseeing this, and now
Can I just add that as we've been talking, we got a statement from Lindsey Graham, who of course held the hearing yesterday, and he did so because his subcommittee on the Senate Judiciary Committee oversees the FBI. He obviously got a heads up from the White House about this, and he said, "I know it was difficult, a difficult decision for all concerned. I appreciate Director Comey's service." But he said, given the recent controversies surrounding the director, I believe a fresh start will serve the FBI and the nation well. I encourage the president to select the most qualified professional available who will serve our nation's interests. Very interesting that he obviously is on board with this, and he was given the reason, the real reason, I guess, that we might not know yet. And one other thing I want to say is that our Noah Gray is over at the FBI, got a shot of Keith Schiller, who is and has been Donald Trump's security, body man, everything, former law enforcement official over at the FBI. We don't know what that means in terms of the future, but it is certainly interesting that he was just
I think
there.
the question you also have to ask, was this a coup or a firing or both? Because it seems to me that there was a lot of consultation here that, the president and Jeff Sessions, as you say, has recused himself from all things Russia. But it seems to me that there is consultation with Rosenstein, with Sessions, and clearly some turmoil, I would think, inside the Bureau as well, which you guys know a lot about.
One of the key things here is that there's certainly, we've picked up on this in the last couple of weeks, Wolf, and the fact that Republicans on Capitol Hill and other supporters of the president have been very upset that they believe Comey has not been upfront in saying publicly that Donald Trump is not the direct target of this investigation. Now, I've said this on air here based on my own reporting. We've certainly mentioned this on air here at CNN, but the FBI has not publicly said that. Comey went so far as saying that they were looking into possible coordination between Trump associates and Russia, but he did not say what he has told members of Congress behind the scenes in classified briefings.
All right, everybody stand by. We want to welcome our viewers here in the United States and around the world. I'm Wolf Blitzer in the Situation Room. We're following breaking news. President Trump has just fired the embattled FBI Director James Comey. In a statement, the White House said the president acted on the advice of both the Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions, and the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, Rod Rosenstein. I want to